Hey, what's up, everybody? It's BDF44, and I feel compelled to make a video. Just got home from work. We had a pretty good day. So, good energy. But something came to mind at absolute random. So, figured I'd put it on, see what happens here. So, yeah. Now, when I say this, it doesn't mean that I think this coach is no good, because I actually think the complete opposite. I just think the coach needs a change of scenery. I think this particular coach would probably have a rejuvenation of everything if he had a different set of circumstances, different roster. Um, I don't know, to be honest with you, and I just have to claim ignorance. I do not know exactly what his ideal style would be. Maybe for all I know, it's the style that he had when they won the championship. Maybe it's that, but I'm not quite sure what he would do if he were given an opportunity to say coach his ideal team. I just don't know. I haven't watched enough of this guy to know that, but I know that there was a time when people were considering him a top five coach in the entire league, maybe even a top three coach in the entire league, and he has won a championship, but he has not been able to really get the most out of the team lately. Some of the stuff that they're running down there doesn't look like that of a caliber coach that he has been in the past, and that just tells me that it's just time for a change of scenery. The team's not being successful. The roster isn't really evolving like you would want it to. I think Rick Carlisle of the Dallas Mavericks could use a change of scenery right now. You know, I, and it's not that I believe he should be fired. That's the thing. I don't think that. It's not like he should be. He's the problem in Dallas. No, not at all. Um, I just think that sometimes guys have been places too long and they've gotten the most they can get out of a place, and it's just not going anywhere. You know what I mean? I could be wrong. They have a top five talent in the league right now in Luka Doncic. We know that he's going to be a Hall of Fame player so long as he continues to bounce a basketball. He's going to be great. Doesn't matter what team he plays for. It doesn't matter who he's going up against. He is a savant of the highest order, and that part has already been established in my mind. The question is, what about the rest of the roster? Like, okay, you got that guy. He's going to always be your great player. But how do you build around him? And have they done a good job of doing that? The problem that I have with the Dallas Mavericks, I just think that they keep people too long, dude. And I know that sounds crazy, but some of the guys on their rosters over the years just overstay their tenure there in terms of like sometimes they're Mavs lifers, and it's like, for what though? That's what I end up asking myself. Like for example, Dwight Powell. Why is this dude still on the team, bro? Like, I know some people say, yo, this dude can jump out the gym. He bounces back from injuries. When he does have horrible injuries, he still comes back as the same guy. He rebounds well. I've seen Dwight Powell play well. I have. It's not like I think this guy is completely devoid of basketball talent or anything. I just feel like he's been on this team too damn long. They've won. I think he was there when they won the championship. Wasn't he on the squad? Was he a rookie that year or something? I don't know. But he's been there, it seems like, that long. So it's like he's a non-shooter. I would say he's inconsistent, but it's more so his minutes and his role is just not required for him to really have a lot of production. So he's not a numbers guy. He does more intangible things, things that you want your bigs to do, and it doesn't really show up in the box score. So I'm not gonna crap on the guy's name or anything like that. He's just a role player who's a non-shooter, and that's perfectly fine. But like the Dallas Mavericks were always a shooting team. They always had at their best running guns circumstances with like Steve Nash and Dirk Nowitzki. And you think about Jason Terry. You think about Michael Finley. Just different Mavs teams. Dwight Powell ain't never fit in any of that. They never fit that. Okay, Let's move on. I look at a guy like Dorian Finney-Smith, another non-shooter. Like he's a nice guy for the box score. You know what I mean, in terms of like filling up the box. He doesn't really score, but could do a lot of different things: rebound, get steals, defensive guy, gritty guy, can help teams. He's developing into a player who can really help teams. But he's been with the Mavericks, what, 6 years? And he's a role player. It's not like he's what you would consider someone with a lot of upside. But he's good at what he does, you know what I mean? To me, it seems like guys like that should not stay on your roster you shouldn't see their development through, is my personal opinion. For me, it's like, the reason why the Mavericks are average and people forget about the Mavericks is because they always allow their role players who are really just kind of okay. They let those guys stay on the team for like 10 and 11 years, bro. Like, that's the problem with the Mavericks. That is literally the problem with the Mavericks. And that's not a problem as it pertains to players feeling like they've been taken care of, because the flip side of that is guys want to stay there for their whole careers. Guys get there, and they even though they don't necessarily find themselves having a lot of great teammates to play with in terms of like free agency, because nobody ever wants to venture out to go there. But guys who grow up in that environment, guys who are drafted there, they tend to want to be there. They tend, Dirk Nowitzki, they tend to want to stay there. So it's cool when the player is of that caliber, right? But when the player is just kind of average, it does you no favors, man. And that's what Rick Carlisle has been dealing with. He just tends to just have the same teams every year. The Dallas Mavericks never do anything in free agency. They always have some guy that can shoot, but really the rest of the team doesn't play defense most of the time. Now they've turned into a team that doesn't even have shooters. Now, of course, I want to preface that by saying you do have Kristaps Porzingis, who can stretch the floor, but when is he on the floor? He's always hurt, right? I mean, he's healthy now, but how long will he stay healthy? That's the question with Porzingis. If he's right and in shape, then you can pretty much pencil him in for 30 points and about 4 or 5 blocks. Like, that's who he is. Not going to rebound the ball like you want him to, but he can do all that other stuff that you need him to do in terms of just scoring the ball and being tall and running the floor. He just needs to get in shape. But is Dallas the right place for him? No, it's not. It's just not the right place for him. I ain't going to lie to you. So it's like, okay, maybe they should look to trade him. Maybe not. I don't know. It was at one point I thought this would be one of the best duos in the league, him and Luka. But, Kristaps hasn't really been out there to show that. And since he's come back from certain injuries, it looks like he's going to have a hard time getting back in shape. It may take a little longer for him to get in the type of shape we want to see him get into and be that old New York Knicks Kristaps. You got to be healthy for long enough to stay in the gym. You know what I mean? It's that kind of thing. So hopefully he can string together some healthy years, and I think naturally his talent is gonna bleed through. He just has to get in shape. But maybe in theory he plays well with Luka, but the rest of the team is like, what else? Okay, if you want to keep Kristaps, he eats up so much of the cap, so it's hard to get better. It's hard to, you know what I mean? Now you're looking at other players. What else do they have going on? They had DeLon Wright. He left, went to Detroit, playing great. You wish you had him. Who else they got? They got Rick Brunson's kid. Dope. He's a dope player. I don't know enough about his game to really say anything, so I'll just claim ignorance and just keep it pushing. They got Josh Richardson. Look, I like Josh Richardson. I actually really liked him with the Miami Heat. He's a nice player. But he's not shooting the ball very well this year. And because he's not shooting the ball very well this year, you're looking for him to do other things. And he's not really giving you big-time production right now. I just think the fit is a little funny. And because he's not shooting well, guess what you have to consider him? Another non-shooter on the Dallas Mavericks. What's that, 3 I've counted thus far? They gotta do more, man. They have to do something with their roster. They gotta mix it up. They gotta get rid of some guys. Gotta do something to put some spark back into that franchise. Because right now, you're just stuck in a weird kind of mediocre 8th seed every year kind of situation. You're never bad enough to get a good pick, right? And you're never good enough to be a championship contender. It's just a bad place to be because it feels like you have no hope. You know what I mean? It's like you look up and you see mediocrity. You look behind you, you see mediocrity. At least with teams like Cleveland, teams like Orlando, various teams, they know that they have a young core. Even the Thunder right now, they know they have some assets that can make it so that their fans have something to look forward to. What the Dallas Mavericks can look forward to from where I'm sitting is being very, very concerned when Luka comes up for free agency. That's what they can look forward to. Bracing themselves for absolutely and utterly being terrified of him leaving. Because that's what's ahead. That's what you're going to be seeing soon. Luckily enough, this is year 3 for Luka, so he's still on the rookie deal. You don't have to worry about that this summer. But if they don't do something, like that's why I think they should be in the mix for Bradley Beal. They should, give up some picks to get a guy. Get somebody in there to help Luka. Because if you do not, Luka is going to go bye-bye. Y'all going to lose Luka. That's what's going to end up happening. So, Carlisle, I respect you as a coach. I don't have anything bad to say about you. I just think that team is going nowhere. That's what I think. and if you found yourself in a situation where you had a young core, or if you had a situation where you had some incredible vets, like imagine if he were to get that Nets job instead of Steve Nash, Carlisle, you know what I mean? A real championship coach. That's how I would have been thinking if I was, in that mix. You know what I mean? I would want a coach that could really do the job. I'm not gonna lie. Steve Nash is a great player, but he's a young coach and he has a long way to go before he actually learns what it means to be a coach in this league. You know what I mean? And that's everybody who starts off. This is his rookie season as a coach. You're not gonna blow anybody out the water in your rookie season from an X's and O's standpoint. Now, talent may bleed through. He may still walk away with the trophy, but this would be a job for a guy like Carlisle, in my opinion, who has already won a championship, who has ample experience. So this is the type of thing I'm talking about in regards to that coach. Now, he may very well be happy in Dallas. I have no news or no understanding of that particular situation. I'm just a guy looking from the outside saying, man, it just looks like Dallas needs to do something to inject some energy into their situation, because right now it's just dull and they're losing and they miss Seth Curry, and you know what I mean? That's what we're talking about here. We're talking about a Dallas Maverick team that has trouble shooting the ball. It's just unheard of. That doesn't make any sense. So anyway, yeah, that's as much as I got to say. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I ain't watch a whole lot of Dallas Maverick basketball. I haven't. So be far from me to really tell y'all any more than I already have. But like I said, this is just how it looks from my side of the fence, and it's not exciting. It's all about Luka, and Luka looks around. He don't have the talent that he needs to be playing with. That's what it really comes down to, man. My name is BDF44. Thanks for watching. I'm out.